Hello everybody, welcome back to Insert This. My name is Tim, and this is Factorio. Last time, we set up our wonderful inserter-powered steam boiler thing. But today, and we also set up the intermediate copper smeltry. We're not doing anything with it yet, because, well, we don't have anything automated, which is going to be step 2 of today's nonsensory. So let's make up a bunch more of these electric mining drills, because we are going to need it to automate our iron production, rather. Another thing we've got to do is we have got to actually start mining up some of this stone. So if we just put that there and here. The reason we're going to mine up the stone here is so, let's think of how we're going to do this. So we can smelt it down for stone bricks. We do want the stone bricks because we are going to need some walls. Now that our mining drills are done, let's get a couple of these stone furnaces running. Let's do 5 for the moment. And something we haven't looked at yet is actual positioning. So I think we're actually going to rotate them like so. That way we can actually, you know, potentially use our coal inserting line here. So what we gotta do is we need to make these 2 boxes converge into a single entity. Not into a single entity. We've got to expand it so we can actually use up these furnaces. Now these furnaces only take 2 spots, which makes it perfect for the grid that we have set up at the moment. Just like that. Excellent. However, the problem might be the positioning of the coal. Yes, that's already looking sort of problematic. So let's start with the reverse engineering once more. Now, how this is going to work, I'm not entirely sure. This is definitely a necessary evil to do within the playthrough here. So if we put these one spot there, they won't line up with the coal, or with the coal. So if we move them up by a spot, we should be able to take coal from here. Oh, because that's still in line. Okay. So let's move you back down to here. And we'll do the same thing with the other ones. We'll leave those 2 like that, just in case something goes terribly, terribly wrong, which I'm going to presume it will. Let's rethink the power a little bit. So we need a line here, and probably one there and over there. We also need to power the grid here. And you will reach beyond the telephone pole. Okay. Great. So if you just move you from there to there, and insert to there, and then move you... We really got to automate these inserters. So let's just make up a bunch of them real quick. And that will actually work. Okay, so let's move you 2 back. Perfect. Hey, no. You go there. You go there, you do the thing. However, that telephone pole's in the way. So that's not quite the greatest way. Excuse me. I feel like I'm coming down with a little bit of a cold, unfortunately. Weather here in Dallas has been extremely crazy. Let's make one more box. Put you there so we can restrict you all at a single stack of coal. Just so all the coal doesn't get diverted into this system here. And we are going to take a bit of the coal from 2, 3, 4 from there. Just to help speed the process along a little bit. Okay. Great. And then we can just power all the stuff from there, I suppose? Yeah. Yes. Good. You got your coal and your bricks. Now the next question is, where are we going to be putting the stone bricks? Well, that's an easy answer. I think these phone lines are going to be in the way. So let's put it down there and you down there as well. Ah, you're out of the grid now. Okay. Let's just place you there. Great. And we can get rid of you. And that'll clean that up a little bit. These boxes are restricted. And you're just slowly meandering your way over. Alright. Uh-huh. And we do have some stone to fill up these outside boxes. And I think it's going to be produced fast enough to feed both of these. We'll have to keep an eye on it, because... Okay, so it's just delayed by a little bit. We might be able to do something with something to help increase the efficiency, but we really don't need stone that badly, or the stone bricks rather. But now we do have these 4 inserters, and we could just use them. 2, 3. Let's use that to get the wood box out of here. And just like that, we have a nice little compact storage. And we can actually do this. Let's do 2 assembly machines. Just so we can get some walls coming out quick, fast, and in a hurry. Because with the pollution cloud we're putting out now, it is going to be a pretty decent sized chunk of fart gas. Okay. Let's make up a couple more. Just so we have them. Because we might just throw a bunch of stuff in to start automating the iron circuits, just to get that flowing. And we do have these wonderful inserters, which we can use to convey all the stuff into a single box. Remove it there, and use an inserter to insert into him. And if we lined that up right, into there as well. Oh God, we keep running out of these inserters. What is life without inserters and robots to do your bidding? So we just place that there. And use one more inserter here. And we're going to need 2 more, so we need some more iron. Okay. 1, 2, 4, actually. Because we're going to have the, the stone bricks come down in to a central... Not the stone bricks, the walls come from a central spot. So let's make 1, 2, 3. And while we're at it, we're just going to plop you there and say you are going to make the copper cable. And you're going to insert into him, who's going to make the circuits. Okay. And then we just need to add... Yeah. And there. Okay. Great. That'll do its thing. Let's set you to make walls and copy that pattern over there. And this should... We don't really need an internal buffer here, because as fast as they're going to get made, they're going to get consumed as fast. So we do have these walls. We need 1 more inserter. How we doing? You're just... What's going on? Oh, okay, you need to be removed into a box. Okay, so we're going to need another inserter... So the inserter is going to go to there. The box is going to be here. We need the inserter there, and 1 on the side. Perfect. Let's use these steel boxes. That's not a steel box. There we go. And just a nice little power line to pretty it up. Okay. Let's do another box. We should probably automate the boxes as well. So let's use an assembly machine for that. Just so we don't have to keep making them. We're going to restrict it at a single stack. You take how many? You take 8 iron per, so That'll be 10, 12, give or take. 12 times 8, it's 80, 104, it's about 11 boxes. 13? I was sort of not even close. Okay, there you go. Great. And that'll do for now, pig. That'll do, pig. And we're having some issues with the speed and intensity in which you are receiving your stuff. So let's fix that. Great. How's our power? Power's not doing great. Okay. Fantastic. Alright. So, we have this little temporary setup. Ha ha ha, temporary. Yeah, yeah. And this little temporary setup is just going to be a little bit of a start for us, so we can start automating these inserters. Now, if I place that right, which I probably didn't, we're going to require a couple more boxes. One here. And you are going to be some iron plating, who's going to keep feeding that. It's also going to serve a dual purpose, because it is going to feed the iron gear assembly machine, which we don't quite have set up yet. Okay, that's another 200. Okay, that's all right. Let's make a couple more assembly machines, just so we have them. And some inserters. Great. So the thing I like about the long-handed inserters is they can pull from 2 spots away and insert into a single spot closer, depending on the setup of what you've got going here. So you're going to make the iron gears, and they are going to be inserted in here. Oh. That poses a problem. Okay, yeah, that poses a little bit of a problem. Just a wee bit, though. So we can't start automating the inserters, unfortunately, until we have automation 2, which requires, I believe, electronics? Yes, electronics, which takes 30 red science. But what we can do is tell this thing to make red science. And we can just dump some copper plate in there. Let's put down a couple more. Let's put down one here. Okay, we don't really need the boxes anymore, thank you. And let's just copy this pattern to all 3 of these. Now the single iron gear maker is not going to be able to keep up with the requirements, with the intake requirements of these 3 assemblers. But what it can do is it will give us a nice little buffer. And you only have 1 iron, which is where this chest is going to come into play. And we're out of iron. Okay, you're out of copper. We don't have to worry about this consuming any iron. So let's pull that iron out and just let it take whatever it wants. Just 2. Great. Now the problem we're having at the moment is the lack of iron once again. Great. So we've got to figure out something to do with these next. 160, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Making 9 will give us 10. Fantastic. So the telephone poles are kind of in the way, unfortunately. So let's relocate them a little bit closer to the inside. Whoa, I'm just flailing about with controls here. So let's just relocate them nice and orderly in there. Let's just make it look pretty. Great. Actually, how long do you take? Half a second? You take 1 and you take 5 seconds each. 1.5 seconds per thing? Yeah, no, we'll be alright. Now let's just make up all the inserters that we can with what we've got. Great. And that will keep us going for a little bit here. Now, how are we doing on the mines? Not the greatest. Okay. Could be worse and could be better. But you can't complain about a decent little automation setup. We have 100 walls. Nice. I'm not sure if it'll be enough to get this bottleneck going, but it will be enough to get it started. So let's place these walls here. Now, I know I'm all over the place. We did have some goals at the beginning of the episode here. Are these coral? That must be new. Interesting. That's really cool, actually. But, hey, get out of here, you stupid coral. That means this area that we're in must have been a dried-out lake bed at one point. The more you know about the train, I suppose. Now let's just use the remainder of the walls to help start to double that up. Great. Now that this is going, we have all the red science we'll need for a little bit at least. So let's take these, make up another lab. If we have the resources, we do. Eventually. Eventually it'll be done, and we will be able to... You know what? I just had an epiphany. I just had a small epiphany. I apologize if it smells. Why don't we just put the labs here? As soon as it's done crafting, we'll put the other one here. There we go. Why don't we just do that? You get your science automated, you get your science automatically. And we can start researching stuff at more of a expeditious rate. Let's start with... excuse me. Let's start with optics, so we can get some light bulbs going. And while that's going... let's get to thinking. Let's get some more drills. Let's give you some more copper. Let's give you a wee bit of iron. Great. That'll be the green potato chips rolling in, which will help us, eventually, make some more mining drills, because we're going to need quite a few for this. What I would like to do is I would like to get the iron smelted and in a central point, so we can pull from there. The audio sounds kind of weird. Sounds like the audio clips are just overlapping. They're not playing they're playing individually. They're not doing it at the same time. So that might be causing some internal issues. Just different audio clips playing all at once. It might be a little more convenient for the wonderful developers of this game to just play with one audio clip instead of having them overlap each other, because this game does get very CPU intensive later game. And optics has finished, so let's work on logistics. Okay, great. We have these growing. Now we have to figure out how in the hell... Alright. We got plenty of trees cleared out, which gives us just enough room to see what we're doing. Okay. In the break, the research finished. We started working on the electronic portion. But now we've got to figure out how we're going to do this. So... where's a good place to put the first start? Let's start thinking of some modular ways to do this. I like this design. It unfortunately doesn't quite provide enough throughput to actually smelt everything that we're going to need to. So what I'm thinking might happen is we might do something a little bit different. We might convey the iron down and over here and smelt it over here. We might convey some of the coal over here and have the smelter here, just meet it in the middle and run it down and make whatever stuff we need over here until we can get some trains running. Let's go for broke, though. And we're starting to research electronics 1 so we can get to the automation 2 so we can actually automate the inserters. And what's going on? Are we just out of iron here? I think we are. What are... Guys? Are you just not moving because he's full? And you're not moving because you're full. Seems to be what's happening. Okay, that's fine. We do have some more walls built up. And great, another 81. That's fantastic. But let's meet in the middle here. So that's our setup there. Let's see if we can do the same thing, give or take, over here. It's going to start 1. Space. Another 1. And just 2 in the back end. Great. We can just power it from these sides. There, there. There, and there, I believe they were. Actually move you down. You up. Yeah, that'll still work. Okay. Let's connect it to the grid. Perfect. Alright, electronics, hurry it up, please. The wondrous people are waiting on you. Okay, let's pick these up because we're going to need more inserters. Although with the 25 long-handed inserters we have, bring this down to... Okay, that's fine. That'll do, pig. That'll do. We need to set these up. And it was a box there and a box there. We're probably going to use 3 lines of coal. That requires a long-handed insert there and there. Ooh, electronics is finished. Let's get automation 2 rolling. A basic inserter there, there, and there. I think that's how we set it up. Let's just put a power line there. Okay. Great. So as just a starter idea, let's bring the power all the way up. All the way out. There, there. And I'm intentionally leaving it as a full grid here. Just so we don't have to rework any of the power lines in the future. And by in the future, I mean relatively soon. When we place stuff down and actually see how the things are going to work. Let's do that. I'm not sure why that's an entire grid there. And we made some lights when we were cutting down some trees. So let's start placing some of them down. Just so it's not so effing dark at night that you can't see. Let's just do it every other light post. Post. Telephone cable. Power line. Power line's the word you were looking for. And just there and there. The same thing here, and put a little bit of light over here so we can see what we're doing. With the amount of inserters we've got now, I'm starting to get kind of concerned that we're going to need to add in more steam engines in the near future. So we're going to have to keep a brain open for ways to do that. Oh yeah, look at that lighting. It's so beautiful. We can see what we're doing now. Okay. Let's carry on with our merry way. Oh, no, not there. Over here. There. And I think the smeltry is going to be up here. So let's bring it over to about here. Oop. About here. And at this point, I think we should start using the regular inserters, just so we have a smaller spacing, basically. And there, okay. So once again, we need to use the long-handed inserters to insert into these smelters. We're going to put some boxes here, 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 and here, and there as well. And they're just going to be restricted at a single stack. Just so we don't get, you know, massive drains on the system here. It'll take some time for it to fill up, but once it does, we will be in the clear. So let's just give you your stuff, and you can transport it around. These smelters can wait until we're actually done. Actually, let's do the same thing we did earlier. Let's do a couple on this height, and a couple over here. And maybe we can push it back another one, just to see where the ore may very well end up. Okay. That's going to require additional inserters, so let's do that so we don't forget about it. Okay. Fantastic. And now we just have to cart around more resources, which requires iron. Requires iron. Why would it not require iron? Why would I have taken down my iron mine when I know we need some iron? God damn it, Tim, you're an idiot. Where's your cookers? Where's your cookers? What'd you do with the cookers, eh? What are your cookers doing? Damn cookers. What's going on with automation? Ah, you're missing... why is everything constrained on iron at the moment? Let's grab our walls. And just turn this off for the moment. Let's turn all of you off. Just so we can actually start picking up some stone so we get some stone furnaces going once again. And let's add a second layer of protection onto the wall here. Just to have this side, done. Get out of here, you freaking trees. God, I hate you, trees. Yup, there we go. Perfect. That's one bottleneck semi-protected. The other one's right here, which we can just dump a little bit of walls into. We've got more than enough for that. And I know, I'm bouncing all around everywhere. I know, I'm crazy like that. What? Whatever. And nothing can get through there. Great. And the next bottleneck is here, there, and elsewhere. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to defend this side. I have no idea. It'll be interesting to say the least. We do have you ready. And where did all of our cookers go? We didn't make any oh, I am so smart. Idiot. Good job, stupid. Doing stuff and then just miserably not doing stuff proper. Dumbass. Let's put a bunch of coal there, there. Okay, great. Now we got the irons. And we're missing the irons again. Come on, irons. Come on, irons. Come on. Come on. Come on. We need the iron. Alright. I'm gonna let this sit and get some iron real quick. Okay, so I think for the moment we're just gonna scavenge a couple of our wonderful electric mining drills here, just so we can get this rolling, so we're not spending 8 hours waiting on stuff to actually, you know, process and get built and all that happy horse pucky. So let's make these up while we're here and get our initial drill setup going. Yeah, whatever. So, depending on where the things land, it depends on this setup. So, depending... The grid's right on the edge of this chunk here. So where's the corner? The corner's right there. Let's keep that as a mental note. And the spacing of 3 is for the actual size of the wonderful drills, which we might change later. I'm fairly certain we're going to change that later. So I think we might do something along the same lines as these little modules here for the individual lines. So that's going to require a couple of boxes. Let's do it as a duo. So if we move you over by 1 spot, you're going to be way off the grid. It's actually off the grid right now, I believe. Yes, okay. So if we do the box here, it will insert into this line, which can run this way. We'll just use a long-handed inserter for that one. Ooh, right there, right there. Okay, and we're just gonna power it right here and there. So we can use that box as another storage buffer to feed into these 2 lines. So let's switch around that, and you're on the inside? No, you should be on the outside, not the in. No, you need to be on the inside. Never. There. So if that inserter is inserting there, we could set up another. Oh god, I gotta move the power lines again. We could set up the drills here, here, and here. Just use some long-handed inserters to. Wait a minute. No, we don't. Look at that. Just look at that. And the reason we're putting a bunch of boxes in here is so... You're the wrong way. Is so once we eventually get the inserter stack size bonus, the inserter stack size bonus from the science trees, we will be A1 to go with that. So let's continue the grid, I suppose. And we need more telephone pole. Electric pole. Whatever. You know what I mean by now. And that's gonna break the grid. Okay. Just like Kim Kardashian breaking the internet. Stupid bitch. Okay. Let's carry the ore over all the way and see where it lands up in relation to our furnaces. It lands up in a not perfect spot. So all we have to do is just replace these long-handed inserters with short-handed inserters. Regular little baby inserters. And that will give us our automated, non-efficient setup. Because holy crap, this is not efficient. So let's place down furnaces. Once again, how were they set up? They were organized like this, I believe. And we can just do our wonderful, our absolutely wonderful inserter line again, just like that. Just like that. 4, 5. Oh, we need one more box. There we go. Perfect. Let's power everything, make sure they work. And you steal back these. And we can get rid of these burner mining drills. Finally. It's been way too long since we've been using them. And now I know 100% for sure this line is not going to be able to feed all of these. There's no way that is physically going to happen. And we have 1, 2, 3. Great. Now the big concern that we have still is how to remove our wonderful goods, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6. Did I just miscount my clickings? I think the clickings of a madman were miscounted. Alright, there and there. And that will be perfect. Which means we're going to have to start using some fast inserters. Because there's no way in hell we are going to be able to keep up with just this little itty bitty drill setup here. Pardon me. So with all of these getting brewed real quick, let's just make them up real quick. There we go. Give me my delicious iron. Oh, so delicious. Oh, muy bueno. Okay, let's make these things up. Do. Light bulbs are turning on. Do. We can expand this indefinitely. Okay. Now, just make up 10 of them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's more than we needed. And we also need to set the restrictions on all of these boxes. I would like a way to be able to copy paste, control right click, control left click the storage restrictions to different chests. That would be a huge boon. And all of this is just going to be an internal buffer. So I think this setup is actually going to work. Because when... Let's pull these out. Make sure we've got all the stuff full. You've got to move once. You've got to move twice to fill him. 3 times to fill the end. 4 and 5 at the end. But we have these wonderful fast-handed inserters, which are going to move stuff at double the speed. So I think that about does it for today. I'm going to probably mirror this setup over here at a 90-degree angle. It's basically going to be the same exact thing, so I don't quite want to have you sit through that boringness. We can just use a long hit there. Actually, this is going to be a little bit different for setup-wise. Let's do that real quick. 2, 3, and it's going to be the exact same thing. And that's not quite as efficient as it could be, but you know what? Right now, I'm just happy the thing's working proper. Let's make another telephone pole. And then we just got to use some inserters. And beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total. Look, we have 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, this is going to be so crazy. I am enjoying the nightmare already. Yes. Ah, yes. And just because we can, I'm going to show you real quick how this is just going to expand. We're going to use the inserter there. We're going to switch this long-handed inserter for a regular inserter. We're going to put a box here. The box is going to go there. It's going to get restricted at 1 stack. And we're just going to use a long-handed exerter to remove it into another box. And that's basically all that's going to be done as this expands. It looks like we are still very slowly building up a stockpile. But that's going to do it for today. I hope you all enjoyed. If you have any questions or feedback in the comments or suggestions, or if you just want to call me an idiot, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And if you really enjoyed the thing, show a friend. Show a friend, show them Factorio. But for now, that'll be it. See you in the next episode. Wahahaha.